Hey all, I just wanted to do a very quick comparison of the keyboard layout between a DM42n using the uh, C47 overlay, and this is the one that was made by Jaco, very high quality one. I don't have it permanently affixed, so you'll see this a little sort of sticking out a little bit here. But that's because I'm using this mostly in DM42 mode right now, because the intention for me was, as soon as I knew that the R47 was going to be a real thing, to order this. And I was able to actually get one ordered about a week ago or so, maybe a little longer than a week ago, and it just arrived today. Today is November 14th, Friday. And as you can see, one of the things that I actually absolutely love about this one is the fact that the shift key is actually closer to what the HP ones were, the orange color scheme that they used. Whereas the one that was used over here, it kind of looks orangey right now because of the way that the camera itself is doing the white balancing. But trust me when I say it's actually yellow. It's pretty yellow. The overlay itself uses orange, which is actually closer to this orange here. But the key itself, if you look at it in real life, it doesn't really match that. And that's a bit of a bummer. I kind of hope that the DM42 and used orange. I think the DM32 uses orange. So, hopefully maybe there's a future version of it that changes the scheme. And of course, that's meant for when you don't have this overlay. The actual shift print is yellow. Makes sense. But I just wanted to show you, I haven't found a single video showcasing an actual R47, and maybe by the time I upload this, there might be one or two up there because people just are trickling in. But this could very well be the very first one where you can actually see the two calculators side by side. And yeah, I'm really happy with the way this turned out. It does look a little busy, and that's that was inherent of all the functions that the C47 firmware has. So you can see this is busy as well compared to if I just remove the overlay of this one and just go back to DM42 mode. Obviously that's a lot less busy, and that's something to be expected when you have as much functionality added to the firmware as you have with this guy here. But I'm excited to start experimenting with this one and using it. I still want to go back and forth. I'm pretty calculator agnostic, even across brands and types. RPN, RPL, algebraic, whatever. But I'm happy that this came out, not just because the keyboard layout was made specific for the C47 firmware, and also the schemes and all that stuff changed, but also just because it gives me an opportunity to keep this one as a DM42 and just be able to very swiftly switch between them instead of having to reflash the firmware on this one every single time. So that said, I am really happy with this. I was very tempted to permanently affix it. This thing is so high quality that you can bend it in every which way and it will reset back and it doesn't crease or anything. I'm sure if you bend it 90 degrees, it'll probably crease. But funny story, my daughter actually got a hold of this at one point. I didn't actually realize it until days later because I was looking for it. And finally, I looked in one of her toy boxes and it was in there. She's a 2.5-year-old, and trust me, 2.5-year-olds can very easily destroy things that are otherwise seemingly indestructible. So thanks to Jaco for making these. They're pretty awesome, and I actually think the price of admission is actually really low, especially considering the firmware it's free. So if you have a chance to, if you have a DM42 or 42n and you have a chance to do so, please support the project by buying these. I don't know how much that actually adds to donation pool, but at the very least it shows that you care, and also in the process they can tell where you're coming from, which gives them an idea of where all these C47 firmwares are being utilized. But yeah, very happy with the way these turned out. I absolutely love the orange, the use of orange. The blue coloring is also very, this actually is now reminiscent of an actual HP calculator. So if SwissMicros decided to change their logo and sell it to whatever that company is that starts with an M that took over HP, you would not know otherwise that it was a SwissMicros in the, just speaking strictly about the color schemes here, not the calculator. I'm sure all of you guys are going to be like, hey, I can tell a SwissMicros from a mile away. So, and then as far as the keys go, I tested, and so far all the keys have been good. I know that I posted a video about this one having issues Michael at SwissMicros actually sent me a replacement dome and foil, which I'll be doing a separate video or posting a separate video on the results on that at a later time. But just know that SwissMicros as a company is pretty awesome for being such a niche market. They definitely take care of their customers. So pretty happy so far with everything. I absolutely love these calculators, and as they continue to release additional ones, I think I'm gonna just continue building up the collection. So well, hope this was useful in some way. I know it's not a review, I'm not showing any of the functions, but first time ever that this thing has been posted side by side. And actually, let me see if there's any differences in the normal key fonts, because I know there were some differences between the DM42 and the DM42n, but for this one's I'm not seeing it. And it might be one of those things where somebody watches the video and immediately spots a bunch of differences in the fonts, but yeah, I don't think so. I think the fonts are they're carryovers from this one. Hang on, let me look at the 0 here. That looks like it might be a little... Oh yeah, look at that. It is actually a different font. Ah, all right. Well, it's somewhat subtle, but like this one looks like a little skinnier there than the one over here, maybe. The 4 has a smaller hole there. And definitely that 0 gives it away, because look at that one. So, but yeah, the keyboard feels good. So far all the keys have been pretty responsive, so I don't have any issues like I did with a couple of the keys here. But again, SwissMicros takes care of their customers, so not too worried about that. But the absolute thing that I love the most about this is just the color scheme. Now it feels like something out of the 80s. I love it. Anyways, let me know what you think, and if you decided to get one of these or not. I know a lot of people were kind of on the fence. Oh, and one last thing, tariffs, they suck. This ended up costing, between the tariffs and also DHL just charges some additional fees or whatever, brokerage fees. It was $48 on top of the price tag. So if you're if you're considering but are on the fence because of the tariffs, just know that yes, if you're in the US, you will get hit by tariffs, and DHL is skimming off the top. So I'm sure they're probably making some small profit there as well. But yeah, there you go. R47, DM42n, signing off.